That was good, guys. Your boy CG, and we back at CG Productions, and we're about to get into a little tutorial on the Lynx Hilo. Sorry, I've been out of the picture for a little while. I'm trying my best to get more consistent on these things. I want to get probably from going from, you know, a weekly vlog to actually get into the whole daily thing and go from there. But there's a lot of things that have come up. But one of the biggest things that is upcoming is on the Townsend Labs mic. I'm not doing anything on it right now, but I did have a conversation with Eric Papp. Boom, that was pretty cool. It's probably one of the most like my mind just been blown. Like what I mean, like it's especially after you've been doing these, audio and working with different equipment for so long. Like you seem to be able to get into things and figure them out, and there's really not too much you can surprise somebody with. But yeah, he showed me some little gems. So I'm gonna once I get into that, I'll actually show you guys. Like I'll go through like everything that he showed me. It was crazy, but yeah, it was a very fun and just like mind opening experience. Just to one have somebody who is part of creating something that you use on a daily basis. But anyways, all right, so we're gonna get to the Lynx Hilo. I'm gonna try to make this a little smooth transition right now, but I don't know how it's gonna work, but we'll see. All right, so here we go. Whoop, pan down. Boop. Oh, not back. Go. There we go. Oh, there we go. All right. Move this in. All right, cool. So this is the Lynx Hilo. It's a converter. Now the difference between this and like say anything else that you may have used is that all it does is convert audio. It inputs and outputs. That's it. Nothing else. So like your 48 volts phantom power, all that stuff, and it's not in there. It would be cool. I don't know what that would actually do. I actually don't know why they don't have it, because it just seems like something that you could do pretty easily. But it is what it is. But this is a great converter, and it's kind of like one of my things that I can't live without. The unique thing about this, besides that it has a huge screen on it, is that it is a touch screen interface. When you get this, just make sure you go to the Lynx site, get all your drivers and updates and everything going on. The manual for that is pretty simple. Where it gets kind of crazy is when you start getting into actually using it, but it's not as crazy as it seems, because with the Lynx Hilo you kind of have to simplify things. So I'm gonna just go through the menu options, and then once I get to the end, that'll be the big gist of what you need to gonna focus on. So obviously here's some of your like simple settings, like backlight, rotary settings. So like these settings are for the knob, and that means that I can click through the knob, and as I click, it'll change from master out, monitor out, and headphones. So we'll go back. Calibrate break screen is just basically and this thing is stopped again. All right, so back at it. We don't want to do that calibrate thing again, because that just messes some stuff up. But you got different languages here. This is just tells you about the Hilo, and this is your audio overview. So this will be obviously your sample rate. It'll tell you what the sync source is, your synchro lock, which is basically, is it locked with your DAW, or is it unlocked, where basically you're using it as an external converter, where you're just purely running sound through it. There's nothing digital going on. Also here, this is a pretty important one. Your digital source in. So why this is important is let me pan over here to so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh. All right, so I've got the Bricasti M7 right here, and basically it's run. I have it run in through the digital XLR. So going back to the Hilo, that digital XLR is the AES, and you could have that coming in. So there's just like the XLR ports for the and then you have the SPDIF coax, which is your little RCA cable looking things, and then you have your SPDIF optical, which is your basically your ADAT. The thing is as you can see, when you say digital source in, you say AES. That's all that you can't. You can have multiple hooked up in different ways, but you're only going to be able to use one of those digital sources. So you can either use AES, SPDIF, coax, optical, so on. So line in trim, that should be pretty self-explanatory. Just how loud it's coming in, how loud it's going out. Optical mode, you either got your SPDIF or your ADAT, and mine's on SPDIF. This right here is your basically your conversion. Like this is your convert, like how it's converting the audio. So right, it's gonna match what if it's digital, it's gonna match it. Now if it's say if you have I don't know, let's say if I had a record and whatever say the record was in 44.1 where I can do the sample rate conversion and up it up to 120 I mean 192 or something like that. All right, so that's it in the audio part, and system is what I just showed you. All right, now we're going to go to scenes. Scenes is kind of like it's just saving your settings. It's just no different than having a plugin and saving the settings in your in a plugin. So the CGP ENT, that one's mine. And so the thing is, because there's so many different scenarios that you can have, so you can quickly get back to those options. You can go ahead and just create a scene and then just go on and go in and switch it and like say whatever I have set for this, I can say save scene and it'll save to that. And so even if I restart it or whatever, I can go back in, boom, click CGB PNT, and then we're all good to go. And all my settings are back again. All right, so this right here is your monitoring section. So these are all the inputs. So right now I have a line input, which is the line input from my Apollo Twin. And this right here is the digital input, which is being input into the which is actually which is going into the Pro Tools session. Now you got your outputs, which is your line out, which I don't have. There's nothing hooked to line out, so I'll show you how what'll happen if I change that. And then this audio is also going out of my monitors and my headphones, and it's also coming out of 1 and 2, which is going to my monitors and headphones. So it's that same 1 and 2 right there. All right. And then you also have different setup options. So you could do the whole little old school analog, and what you have to do is make sure that you have selected the whatever you want to listen to. So this is the line in from the Apollo, and I can go and listen to what the line out is like, so you can see it's peaking there or whatever, but it's nothing running out of that, but that's the digital signal that's going out of it. And you can also look at your monitors. So this is your, what you would be mixing from, and these are your levels to your monitors. You also have like your horizontal. This kind of looks old fashioned to me. I don't like these right here. It's kind of that what they the it's some wave plugin that they have that's like this, the monitor. And so you have your line in, which has a line drawn up to this top bar, monitor out, which is drawn down here to the bottom. So this is the input level, and that's the output level. And obviously you can change all that stuff just like that. And you also have your RTA, which is what I use most of the time. I like looking at this because even just like placing notes and stuff like that, I could have a accurate visual reference for it. All right, so that's all of those. Those are all your monitoring options, and it's the same thing. Like, you can just go up here and pick which one you want to have actually monitored, and that'll be the source. Also, like, say if you have a really low signal, so this is zero. This is what this signal is like at 0 dB. But if it's not visible enough for you to actually see what you're doing, like, you can go in here and increase the visual reference for it. And that doesn't do anything to the sound, but it just increases it where you can see what's going on a little bit better. Then you have some options of changing the colors and stuff like that. Auto, you have auto. Oh my god, this touch thing is getting to me. All right, so you got auto and manual peaks. So right now it's in manual. So it's just keeping all the peaks there. So if I stop talking, then you can see, now you see all the peaks, and then you have to reset it yourself by hitting that little button over there. And then if you go to auto, obviously after a while they all start to fall, as they come up. All right, now and also gives you kind of like a little overview up here at the top. It tells you what meter mode you're in, your master level, what scene you're on, sample rate, and your sync source. So now we go over here to routing. Now this is where it looks crazy, but it's not. All right, so if you look at this, you have on this side, you have your inputs, which is indicated by I. Then you have, on this side, you have your outputs, which is indicated by the O. So the way that this works is your inputs go into your outputs. And so that means that over here are all your output sources. So these are the things that you are listening to, and these are the things you want to hear. So the inputs are the things you want to hear, outputs are the things that you're listening to. So if, like in my headphones, if I want to hear line in, then I'll hit line in. Line in will go to my headphones. Thunderbolt 1 and 2, I'll hit Thunderbolt 1 and 2, and that'll go to my headphones. And it's just redundant throughout the whole thing. So even with the Thunderbolt channels are normally going to be your digital channels, and that's where you're going to be selecting, okay, this is channel 1, channel 2, or whatever. And so you choose what you want to hear in that channel. So, but that's the gist of the front of it. Now, I'm going to make an attempt to do the back of this real quick. All right, so here at the back, we have, you got your left, right in, left, right out, monitor out. Then you have your AES in, and you have your AES out. And those are your digital, basically this little
this little section right here is your digital inputs. So if you go, AES in, AES out, you got your SPDIF, ADAT, and your SPDIF coax, and then obviously you got your word clock options, and you can actually plug an external battery to this and get those at B&H. So these are, it's actually a category in there that says digital for the whole digital section, and line in and line out for in the Hilo. So I have my Apollo Twin running line out of the Apollo Twin into the inputs of the Hilo. So I'm not actually using any conversion from the Apollo Twin. I'm just using the console so that I can run my Townsend Labs microphone and running that into the Hilo. So it's pretty simple. I wish I could have made this video a little bit better, but like I said, I'm getting kind of pressed for time at this point. But I'm trying to make something that's complete. But if you guys got any more questions, anything else that you want me to go like specifically in depth on, let me know, and I'll get it back to you as fast as I can. I'll get a video out for you guys. But this is Lynx Hilo, and this is your boy CG, and I'm out.